The chef nodded in Wilbur's direction, and the blond thug swaggered over with his men. You want a piece of me, huh? Wilbur glanced at him. What are you staring at? Never seen a top dog before? The guy asked loudly, making the men behind him crack up laughing. Wilbur's gaze narrowed, and he got to his feet. He took a step forward, and it was followed by a series of thumps and clangs. By the time Wilbur returned to his seat, the thug and all his men were lying on the ground and crying out in agony. Even the chef was at a loss for words, staring at Wilbur like he had just seen a ghost. Wilbur eyed him back coldly, saying nothing. The chef trembled all over, pointing a shaking finger at Wilbur. How dare you physically assault someone on school grounds? There isn't much I wouldn't dare to do, said Wilbur coldly. He then paid the chef no mind, gesturing for Shelby and her friends to come over to sit down with him. The three girls looked at him in admiration. They knew Wilbur was strong, but did not know he was such a good fighter. He had actually taken on a dozen men on his own and won. How are you so cool, Wilbur? Shelby asked, blinking her eyes in curiosity. Wilbur merely smiled. That was nothing. All you need to know is that no one's going to be able to give you a hard time as long as I'm around. Shelby nodded her head, gaining strange burst of confidence. Celine and Yasmin were also significantly less afraid. Now that the situation had escalated, it was up to Wilbur to handle things. After all, claiming that a rat's head was actually a duck's head was just too much. Around half an hour later, a short and plump middle-aged man and a man in a white button-up walked into the canteen over to Sal's Tacos. Sir! The chef finally emerged from the stall to greet the middle-aged man. The middle-aged man, who was the owner of Sal's Tacos, sneered, glancing at the thug and his men on the ground with a frown. Who did this? It was him. The chef pointed at Wilbur. The owner looked at Wilbur. You've got some nerve attacking someone on the school grounds. I mean, you had the nerve to trash a student's dorm and threaten them. What's this in comparison, right? Wilbur retorted coldly. The owner glanced at the man in the white shirt next to him, then looked back at Wilbur. You need to know that a lot of things aren't so black and white, young man. We're willing to compensate you, but this ends here. Please stop causing any more trouble. The owner seemed to want to make peace with everyone. Wilbur smirked coldly. I agreed with what you said about a lot of things not being as black and white. So, here's what you're going to do. Close up your stall and apologize publicly to all the students in front of the school. Then get out of the school and never come back. That way, I won't give you any more trouble. The owner's expression soured at once. It was important to note that a college canteen stall like this one brought in millions of dollars in revenue, and closing down the shop just like that would put an end to that money for the owner. Besides, he had his connections. There was nothing to worry about. I'd rethink those words if I were you, young man. Shelby Osborne and her friends still attend classes here, and I'd hate for you to ruin their future. The owner spat viciously. Wilbur raised an eyebrow coldly. Show me what you've got, then. I'd like to see it. The owner's expression darkened at Wilbur's attitude and turned to cast a glance at the man in the white shirt next to him. The guy let out a cough. Sir, I'm from the Municipal Bureau of Education. I'll be sure to get to the bottom of this case, but it's highly inappropriate of you to physically assault someone on school grounds like this. I'm afraid I might have to punish Miss Shelby and her friends if this goes on. Education Bureau, huh? What's your name? Wilbur asked calmly. Hector Jotun. You're speaking to Mr. Hector Jotun from the Municipal Bureau of Education. Got it? The owner said smugly. Wilbur chuckled. No wonder you had the nerve to sound so cocky. So, you have someone powerful to back you up. What's that supposed to mean? I'm only here to investigate a case I received a report on, said Hector at once.